Welcome back to the Madhouse with your host Jesse. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in. Let's have a talk today about if you can travel on a budget or how you can travel on a budget when you go to different places. Now, obviously, I live in the Philippines. A lot of this will be catered toward how I dealt with that living in the Philippines, but it can also be used for other places that you go. So, yeah, let's go over that today. But before I get into the video, as always, guys, you know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button down below. You liking and subscribing is the best way to support the videos that I do. It's the best way to ensure that I'm able to continue to make these videos for you guys. Let's push for 3,000 followers. Alrighty, so when you're going to go travel, you don't have a whole lot of money. A lot of people think that that means that they probably can't travel much. They won't be able to go out and explore the world and all that great stuff. But that's not really the case, though. So one of the things that I would suggest doing is using apps like Agoda or Booking.com. I mean, this is a very simple one. I don't know why people don't do this. A lot of people will go directly on the hotel's website and book, or they'll go inside of the hotel and they'll book when they're there. The problem that I have had, especially going inside of the hotel, is that the rooms tend to be more expensive when you walk in, say, ask if they have a room, and then pay them like that. I've learned that through several hotels that I've stayed here in the Philippines, where I'd want to stay an extra night, and they would tell me that because I'm booking in person, it's going to cost a little more than if I booked online. And for the Philippines, a lot of places use Agoda, and Agoda gives me good prices, I suppose. I think maybe Booking.com and all those do as well. The only thing with Agoda is that sometimes there's some hidden fees that you don't know about until you go to the checkout. So just be mindful of that. Agoda is my go-to because, like I said, that's what most places here in the Philippines use. I've booked hotels in Boracay, Manila, Calibo. I've even booked places at beach resorts with Agoda. So it's a common one here, easy to use, quick to use, and simple. And I have an account with them, so you know. I would also say, though, if you're going to do that, then book a hotel. I know a lot of people say, yeah, stay in a hostel, you know, it's cheaper, you get to meet new people. You know what? If you're traveling, you should be willing to meet new people anyhow, but not new people inside of a hostel. Those people you're meeting inside of a hostel, they could be from your country or from, another country, not the country that you're in. Well, I guess if you want to hang out with them or something, if you want to do a group thing, I don't know. I just don't like hostels. Yes, they might be cheaper, some of them anyhow, but it's just not worth it. It's not. I like to have my peace when I sleep. I have insomnia. I can't sleep very good. When there's a lot of people, especially people I don't know around me, I just have so much trouble sleeping. So I would suggest at least upscaling to a cheap hotel if you're going to do that. Here in the Philippines, you can get hotels for, what was it? I pay in the cheapest hotel I got in Calibo was a little under a little under $10. It was like 500 peso, which I can't exactly remember how much that is in US dollar. I've been in the Philippines for so long, but it was a little under $10. It was the cheapest one I could find in Calibo when I wanted to stay there. But this was the first time I came to the Philippines, and I was really trying to budget my money. Now I don't really do that anymore. However, it is, in my opinion, much better to do a cheap hotel than to do a hostel. And it's just for sleep reasons, safety reasons, and privacy reasons. Maybe you want some privacy. I don't know. Maybe you don't mind that, but me, I do. It annoys the hell out of me. There's people around me talking and yelling and all this other great stuff in the middle of the night when I'm trying to just sleep. Number 2. Now, this one, if you're going this one is important to know if you're going to countries that have a lot of street food. So like here in the Philippines, there's street food vendors everywhere. I would suggest if you're going to eat without cooking, which you probably will do since you're going to be in a hotel or a hostel, weirdos. If you eat without cooking, go with the street food. Okay, maybe not go with the street food. Now that I've said that, I want to be very careful. Don't always go with the street food, actually. Do your research, make sure you know where you're at, make sure the food is safe, generally safe, and all that great stuff, because some street food can get you sick. I remember there was a fiesta, I can't even say it right now. My brain is all foggy from last night. But it was in Calibo, not this year, but last year. They had it this year too, but I didn't go this year. But last year I went and I ate something. I don't know what I ate because I ate a lot of street food. And it got me so sick. I was feeling like I was going to throw up. I was sweating. Like it wasn't good. I got food poisoned. So I will give that caveat. Make sure you know where you're at and make sure that the food is safe. Generally, though, the food in Calibo is pretty safe. According to my fiance, though, it can get you sick. But I obviously lived through that, and it only lasted a day or two, and I was okay. But yeah, maybe get some street food if you can, if you know it's safe, because street food's pretty cheap, and plus you get that kind of local feel. You know, you get to see what it's like, get to experience food the way the locals make it. And this is especially true in the province. Now, I feel like, at least in the Philippines, the province I'm in, the street food is so much more safe than even some in the city. I don't know if that's everywhere around the world. I don't know if that's everywhere in the Philippines, but here in the province, the food just feels so much more safe. And maybe it's because I've lived here for so long. I know the people, you know, I'm always friendly and all that great stuff. So maybe that's it. I don't know, but it could be, or I don't know. Now, if you're staying at a place that has like a stove or something where you can cook, then I would suggest going to the market. Now, at least here in the Philippines, when you go to the market, and you probably should do this everywhere you go, if you go to a market and you buy food, always wash it before you eat it or cook it or put it in the refrigerator, I think. Yeah, I think you even wash it then too. Yeah, of course, that's what I do. So I'm okay. So always do something like that. So any kind of bacteria or whatever, I'm not sure exactly what it is. I just know that it's safe to do that. It's proper food handling and all that great stuff. And make sure that you cook it, you know, to the point that you at least kill the bacteria, because some places don't always have, what's the word I'm looking for? The proper sanitation of, you know, like in the USA, things are supposed to be a certain way so people don't get sick. Some places don't exactly have that, or if they do, it's not always enforced to the best of its ability. So just make sure that if you make food and you're in a place where, especially there's a lot of poverty, I would not cook anything under at least medium. I definitely, even if it was a steak, I wouldn't cook it under medium. I don't eat steak though, so I don't have to worry about that. Everybody who eats steak always gets it like medium rare or something weird like that. And that's why I can't eat steak, because y'all know, if you like steak and you get it well done, it's dry as fuck, and that I can't handle that. I don't like dry steak. But anyhow, make sure that you cook it properly. But yeah, buy the food at the market, because you'll get much cheaper than if you go to places like McDonald's or Jollibee or KFC or Chowking. Those are some places here in the Philippines, by the way, for my friends in the USA that don't know about Jollibee. That's a Filipino thing, but all those restaurants are in the Philippines. So I can go to McDonald's and get a burger for about 300 peso, or 200 peso, not 300. But that's just one burger. Whereas I can go to the market, get beef ground up for about the same price per kilo, I think. So, you know, it's cheaper to just get your food at the market and cook it if you can, if you have time. But especially things like vegetables and fruits, like you can get those, just wash them, make sure you wash them before you eat them. I would suggest maybe cooking the vegetables, because vegetables, they suck when you don't cook them. They don't taste good, although that does get rid of some of the nutritional value, huh? So yeah, do that. That'll help you save money as well. I'll also say number 3, stay away from expensive tour guides. Expensive tour guides, I've never done a tour guide before. And it's because for one, it's expensive, but also it's like, I don't want somebody telling me where we're going to go on this day, this day, and this day. I like to do things my way. I want to explore what I want to see. And maybe that means I won't be able to see as much because I don't know everything. But at least I get to make the decisions. Tour guides can be pretty expensive as well. And it's good, I guess, if you want to help like local communities. But for the most part, I just don't think it's worth it. I'll be honest. I don't. Because you want to be able, even as you're driving along, going to wherever you want to see, you'll be able to see other things that you can come back to, or you can tell the driver to stop. Here in the Philippines, you can get a tricycle for a tricycle ride for like pennies on the dollars. It's cheap. The trikes are cheap. You can ride in a jeepney or a bus. All of those are pretty cheap. And it's better if you just kind of do that. You can let the tricycle driver know where you're going, or the jeepney or the bus driver or whoever. You can let them know where you're going and they'll drop you off there. I would suggest, if you can, do tricycle drivers. Sometimes you might have to pay a little extra more depending on how far it is. But most of them, in my experience, have never tried the actually, none have ever tried to cheat me. I've never had a tricycle driver tell me a price that would be unreasonable. And now I know the prices of trikes. I know how much it's going to cost to be in one. And even when my fiance is not with me, I've never had that problem. I remember once in Boracay, I got a tricycle driver, and the standard price from going from station 2 to the hotel I was at was 250 peso, because my hotel was way up on a mountain. And I was expecting him, because this guy didn't know me. My fiance was already at the hotel. I was at the beach hitting the shisha and having a few drinks. But I got to the Hotel Sofia, and I told him, or he told me 250. I was so shocked at how honest he was with me, that he didn't try to cheat me, that I just gave him 1,000 peso. I gave him 1,000 because I value honesty. He was so happy. He was like, "It's so much. You didn't have to." I said, "It's okay. At least you're honest with me. I have the money. Just take it. It's okay." I value honesty and integrity over everything else. I've not had a tricycle driver, though, who has ever, at least as far as I know, has ever tried to cheat. They're really honest people, the ones that I've dealt with. So, do something like that. Find your own attractions to go to. Don't really take tour guides. They're so expensive, and they're just not worth it. You don't get what you want out of it, or maybe you will get some of it, but you can do it all on your own. And you'll meet new people. You'll meet more people. A lot of people who go on tour guides are not even locals. They're just people from out of the country. So you're not even hanging out with the locals at that point. So have a little bit of fun. Do it on your own. If you get lost, hey, you get lost. It's fun. It's exciting. And you'll figure it out, I promise. Number 4, I would suggest getting a bank that you can use internationally and the fees are low. I recently started doing this when I got my Wise account. Got a Wise account, got a card here, and I can easily have things sent to my US account, and it can automatically convert it to peso. Gives me the best rate. I have cards with very low fees. There's so many things that I get for free when it comes to withdrawing money. It's just a good card to have. I highly suggest getting a bank like that. It will save you so much headache. My bank, when I first got here, went through Cash App. and it was a pain because Cash App doesn't work in the Philippines. I had the headache that came from all of that. It was so bad. I was so angry about it. But it all worked out. I got my card, my Wise account. I just actually got it opened up 2 months ago, and I love it. I highly suggest to get a bank like that. And if it were up to me to tell you, well, I don't know how I would say this, but my suggestion, there we go, is Wise, and it's Wise because I know how good they are. They've done good for me. They have done good to me so far. I've not had any problems. The only problem I had is that it took a little while to verify that I'm from the US and all this stuff, because I had to get paperwork sent, given my address and all that other great stuff. So if you are going to do that, especially if you're going to make a US account, it wasn't as strict with the Filipino account, but with the US account, if you are going to do that, you seriously need to try and do it when you're in the US and you have ways to get paperwork saying where you live, like a utility bill or a bank statement or something like that. Because I couldn't log on to my Cash App, I couldn't get a bank statement to show. You know, it was a big tangled web. It was so, I wanted to pull my hair out. I was so angry. But the bank here in the Philippines, they helped me, and my sister helped me get all that settled. So it's all good now. But if you're going to do that, yes, make sure that you can get the information needed to verify your address, especially for the USA, because the USA takes, well, supposedly takes fraud seriously. I think they only take fraud seriously when the government doesn't get a cut of the money. Otherwise, they don't care. That's how I feel. But this isn't about politics. Do something like that, though. It'll save you so much time, so much headache. Convert your money automatically. It has, I think, over 200 countries, or maybe 180 countries. So if I go to Thailand, I can do a Thai account on top of my USA one and my Filipino one, and convert my peso or my US dollars to that. You can just add the countries that you're in. I like it. I think it's worth the money. Well, it's not even that expensive. I think I had to pay 700 peso to start the account, open the account up. So yeah, there you go. That's what you do about that, guys. And you seriously need to do that. That you don't know how much that helps. At least for me, that has helped so much, especially because I like to travel. If you don't do it often, maybe not. But if you do want to travel more often, get a bank account that works with you on that. And Wise is good. All right, guys, I think that's everything. There might be some more things. You know, I don't do things scripted, so I just go off the top of my head. It's one thing after the next, after the next. The only reason I remembered the Wise one is because I saw my wallet sitting down here. But if I think of something else, I'll make another video or something. I don't like scripts. It's so boring. I don't know. But yeah, I guess the lesson of the day is that you can travel cheap if you choose to. And that's really it. All right, guys, of course, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Is there anything I missed? Is there anything that you do that helps keep costs down when you travel? Or, you know, whatever. I don't know. All right, guys, as always, of course, know that y'all are valuable and that you matter. God bless and peace.